Hello everyone, I am Anna Ciszewski and I did my project on hybridization and the effects of breeding. As you can see in the corner of my title slide, there's a Chinese mountain cat, which will be the topic of my recent news article. So in recent news, there's all about the breeding of Chinese mountain cats and house cats in China. These felines share no common ancestor, as far as we know today, and have been breeding for over 30 generations. It is important to note that It is important to note that cats and humans have been living alongside each other in China for 5,300 years. For this experiment, they used museum pelts, roadkill carcasses, and zoo animals to extract Chinese mountain cat DNA because they are very elusive and hard to catch in the wild. Then DNA was taken from a group of house cats living in a rural village near where the mountain cats are seen. The house cat's Y chromosome showed clues as to the encounters of the two felines. It was apparent that male Chinese house cats have been breeding with female house cats for more than 30 generations. Now, there is no data on the fertility consequences of this mating pair or how it will affect the behavior of subsequent generations, but that is what we'll talk about today. So, what is hybridization? The term hybridity was coined by Charles Darwin in 1837 when he was observing the breeding of plants and the cross-pollination of plant species. Hybridization is the genetic crossing of two distinct and independent individuals. These individuals share a common ancestral lineage, or they can share no lineage at all. It all depends on the base pairs of DNA they have in common. If the DNA base pairs have base pairs in common, then they will be able to zip together and make offspring. The two groups are distinctively and recognizably different in heritable characteristics. What I will be talking about today is called natural hybridization of animals, meaning that it occurs in the wild with no intervention or experimentation. Examples of hybridizations that humans have created in the past centuries include mules, which is a mix of donkeys and horses, and ligers, which is a combination of lions and tigers. A very important finding in hybridization history is that the creation of offspring can lead to lower or lack thereof reproductive ability. For example, mules are sterile and so are ligers. And ligers can even be blind in captivity due to hybridization consequences. Now we will talk a bit about botany and hybridization because this is where it all started. Hybridization was first thought to be uncommon in mammals and other small invertebrates. Plants for centuries have been bred in nature and in greenhouses to become hybrids. This hybridity introduces new variations and traits into the gene pool. With further research, however, hybridization was determined to be a common source of speciation and diversification in animals. This was groundbreaking because the introduction of new alleles into the gene pool was no longer regulated by just species. An important finding from this research was that mitochondrial DNA and RNA show links between speciation and hybridization. While the term was first met with negative notions, Darwin's term hybridity became popular in the 19th century and continues to influence people today. The new discoveries of hybrids have been groundbreaking. Now, why is it important? Hybridization is a way to introduce new DNA into populations that did not, therefore, have it before. Much of the speciation we know today is linked with the mitochondrial DNA analysis of current species. This data allows us to accurately fill out family trees for organisms and helps us connect missing links. Hybridization is common. It currently happens in organisms today, and it can be tracked in the wild thanks to the work of scientists in the 19th century who worked tirelessly to find missing links between species. Now my works cited. This will have my news article and 3 peer-reviewed papers that I used for this slideshow. If you want to know more, I would suggest looking at the links that I provided and taking a look for yourself. I hope you learned something new about hybridization today, and thank you for listening. This is another picture of a Chinese mountain cat, and while they look friendly and cute, the consequences of the breeding pair between house cats and them can lead to disastrous consequences, and further research must be done to figure out why and how this mating pair occurred. Thank you.